is what a $1,000 music cover looks like. And this is what a $0 one looks like. I wanted to show a comparison between the two because song cover production costs are going higher and higher, and that's a problem for creators who want to get started in this space. Indie V-singers and utaites worry that without an impressive production, their covers are never gonna make it. But is that really the case? How did I work with a creative guild called Rigor Mortis on making the $1,000 music video? And how did I make the $0 one based on the resources that I already owned? So, what are creative guilds? Also known as creative studios, they are groups of associated people with different art disciplines working under one brand or name. In the VTuber sphere, you may hear names like Iron Vertex, Ares Studio, or the one I'm working with, Rigor Mortis. Each guild can focus on specific disciplines. Iron Vertex is known for their live 2D VTuber model rigging, or it can offer a wide variety of services. Ares Studio does emotes all the way to chat box coding. The benefits of working with a guild is the bundle projects. You can still commission single items like an artwork, but if there are members who do rigging or video editing, you can work with multiple members within the guild to turn that artwork into a full music video. Then, you don't have to search for and contact individual people to commission for each step separately, which can save you a lot of time. One thing to be aware of is you may need to pay an additional fee for the project manager who's coordinating the commission for you. Most of the time, you'll be communicating with this person who will then pass on feedback to the individual artists, or if the artists have any questions for you. Rigor Mortis offers a really unique music video bundle that includes the audio mixing, cut artwork ready for live 2D, the live 2D animation, and then the video editing. Basically, all you have to do is record your vocals and the team will prepare an original MV for you. This doesn't mean you are completely hands-off from the project though. It's still your job to give as much detail about the project upfront and to provide feedback in a timely manner during the commission to unblock progress. So for the $0 version, I challenged myself to release this video no matter what the outcome was. To do so, I came up with a few rules to stick to. The songs should be in the same genre category, and I should be familiar enough with it to start recording as soon as possible. The song's range shouldn't be too difficult for me even after key change. This is to limit the amount of time to learn the song during the recording session. And this also means that I should record everything in one session. Most of the time I do record in one session, but for more difficult songs, I split it into multiple days and it can be hard to maintain vocal consistency. Spending no more than a day on each section, art, mix, and video. I should consider what is possible and how to use this time frame wisely for each section. And it doesn't matter what I can technically do. I can technically whip out a 3D environment and then add maximum amount of camera movements, but how long is that gonna take realistically? It's like trying to reach a goal, but the goalpost keeps moving further and further away. And finally, I can only use programs and plugins that I already own and accumulated over time. Free assets that are available right now are fair game since they're free. These limits aren't meant to rush the work or half-ass the project, but it's so easy to compare your work with others and say things like, if only I could make a video just like theirs, without considering how many hours of experience, budget, and so many other factors it took to make that video. It's like trying to compare a single person to a whole team that made an animated original music video for Hoshomarin. Think of each project as a snapshot in time. What am I currently knowledgeable in? And what can I do right now to get this project out the door? For the song choices, I considered popular Vocaloid songs. As my channel is brand new, I don't have the subscriber numbers that will click on my videos just because I was the person who made them. So right now, I'm focusing on getting as many eyes as I can on my content. This means that niche songs or even my favorite songs won't make the cut until viewers start to be familiar of who I am. The song that I want the Creative Guild to work on should be instantly recognizable across social platforms to make the algorithm overlords happy. This cover was going to be part of my channel launch, and I'm using my money for the commission, so I feel like it's extra important to decide what I think is the best song choice to match these goals. I know King by Kanaria is the most covered song by both utaites and vtubers. It's also featured in games like Project Sekai, Bandori, and even in Taiko, so the song is recognizable by fans in adjacent communities. For the song I was gonna work on, I also wanted it to be fairly recognizable among the community. Queen of Hearts from Royal Scandal is a classic, and for the 10th anniversary of the creator unit, they released a related song called Anti-Queen of Hearts just a couple of months ago. I thought it would be a good time to bring back the original song. I just also wanted to try a more jazzy song, and I'm not comfortable with that genre yet to go for a commission. With the 2 songs chosen, I went off to record them and submitted the king vocals to the Creative Guild and started to mix the other one. The guild guided me through the mixing progress, asking for feedback at each of the steps to make sure both the mixer and I were aligned on the final result. As a pointer, it's super helpful to give direct feedback with timestamps if you know exactly which note is slightly off tune or if a phrase is slightly too fast. If you're not too sure though, you can always give a more vague feedback like, the beginning part sounds a little muffled, or I like the background vocals to be a little quieter. Try to bundle as much of the change requests into a single feedback because you may be charged an additional fee if you go over a certain number of free changes. I surprisingly had quite a hard time mixing my song. When I applied all the effects and exported it, I could not hear my voice at all in the first mix. The low notes were completely drowned out by the official instrumental. This can be a pretty common problem because the instrumentals you find online are often already mixed, even if it is the official one. Adding your own vocals to the mix can be difficult. It's like given a baked apple pie and you want to scoop out the apple filling to put your own strawberry filling in and then somehow rebake it. Sometimes the rebaking process isn't an issue depending on the range of the instrumental and the range of the vocals, but I struggled with this one. The art for King was a no-brainer. Canadian songs feature iconic artworks and poses by Lamb, so of course I would want the lip pull pose as well. I did want to change the color palette, which is common for coverists to adjust for Canadian songs, so that at a glance the thumbnail will be slightly different from the rest. For Queen of Hearts, it's a little more complicated. The original music video has a bunch of artwork as each song from Royal Scandal tells a story from their overarching universe. It does have a recognizable outfit that is worn by the Queen of Hearts, so I chose that one along with the pose. I didn't spend too much time with the rendering or even shading the art to match the style that's in the original music video. The images are mostly flat colors with a glow or diffusion effect, which can be added during the video editing. I'll also be adding color grading when working on the video so that the colors can look more cohesive. Because I didn't have to render the art, I made several faceplates so I can swap between them in the video to change up the frames without having to redraw a new body every time. I took inspiration from Canada's music videos where the character also swaps faceplates to keep the viewer interested, even when the overall music video is pretty simple and static. Now, before I go into the video editing section, the commissioned music video has one additional step that I need to talk about, the live 2D animation. I cannot emphasize how technical this step is, as the animator needs to rig the PSD file similar to how you would rig a VTuber model, and they need to animate each frame of the lip syncing by hand. For my song cover shorts, I lip sync with a tracking device that connects to VTube Studio. For the music video though, this was all done within the Live 2D Cubism editor and timing it to the audio file. You need to have animation knowledge of what mouth shape matches with which sounds, and then you need to rig the rest of the visible body. Like, look at those hand flips! Holy! Making anything in 2D look like 3D is insanely difficult. It's like building a chair with functioning wheels when all you're given are flat sheets of paper. It's not impossible, but it's gonna be complicated. So while that was going on, the video editor was able to work on the lyrics and the basic placements of where the images should be, so they used placeholders until the final animated file was ready to be swapped in. As this was a simple video, there was only one main scene for the editor to work on. For my video, I was so tempted to just keep working on adding details, more scenes, more transitions, more motion typography, woohoo! But to keep it under the time limit, as well as having it similar to the commissioned video, I decided to leave that for another project. Adding the effects I mentioned in the art section, the video was pretty much in a good state to upload. So why did the music video commission cost so much? Well, the live 2D animation was roughly half of the total amount I spent. Sure, I can find individual creators with lower prices to work with at each step, but that's a lot more admin work that you have to take care of. You also want to be sure of what your goal is for a song cover. Is it to sing your favorite song? Is it to join a trend? Or do you just want to make cool stuff? Singing your favorite song might not get views from a wider audience, But devoted fans of the song artist may enjoy it no matter what the video quality is. Joining a trendy song may rush you to record it and get it uploaded as fast as possible before the trend dies. Probably costs higher than usual because of rush fees. Making cool stuff and passion projects can be done as a one-off, and you may splurge a little to get it to look as best as you can. Probably won't do something like that again, right? Depending on your goals, your budget for money and time can vary. For a hypothetical example, a cover song that an agency VTuber can cost $120 for artwork, $100 for a mix, $150 for a music video, and that's probably on the low end. Keep in mind, because they are in an agency, the costs can be slightly higher than an indie creator if the artist has pricing tiers for commercial use. The prices sadly don't drop that drastically for indies though. There are ways to be smart about budgets, which I can cover in a different video. The very reason why I was able to make a cover video from scratch for this video is because I started out as an indie with a $0 budget. You don't need the flashiest and fanciest videos for your song covers. Heck, I don't think it's even realistic to consider that majority of the people won't watch the video all the way through. During my channel release, I uploaded 2 scripted videos and a song cover. Both scripted videos had way more watch hours than the song cover at the same amount of views. But you know, a bunch of other factors can affect your video's performance. But there's one thing I want you to remind yourself about. Did you have fun singing the song? I didn't know about tuning or timing software when I made my first mix. Wait, can I even call it a mix? I just slapped my vocals on top of the instrumental. I just wanted to sing. All I wanted to do was sing and to share my love for idol groups, even if I wasn't the best out there. So, I hope you'll give it a try if you've been on the fence about it.